Okay, I'm going to show you all the materials that I have out here ready and let you decide if you know what's going on. There are my little jelly jars, my Sure-Jell, my lemon, my sugar, which I already have measured out, 8 cups, my strawberries, which yet have to be cored and cut up, my rings and my lids in boiling hot water. And over here is my pot, which I will cook them in, and my boiling water, which I am now about to sterilize my jars. So when I get all of this done and the strawberries cored and in the pot cooking, I'll be back and show you what else is going on. Just so you'll see my process of coring the strawberries, I'll bring you in and let you see how I do it. If they're tiny, which they haven't been, if they're small, I don't cut them in half, but if they're medium to large, then I cut them in half like that. And this is not all of them. I got another batch the same size as this on the stove, ready to start cooking. I want you to know, whoop, I was about to brag, because that is the only strawberry that I could not use. And I must confess, I did eat one of those rascals and it was good. So now into my pot, and I'm going to turn it. That should be all. It says it's still hot. Turn that on to low. While that's heating up, I always like to stir with this spatula because I can scrape the bottom. Now I've got my sugar ready. I've got my Sure-Jell nearly ready. It's going to take 2 boxes. So I'll get them both ready. Okay, there's my 2 there. And my lemon juice. And I've got to have a little pat of butter. So I'll have all of my additions over here ready to go. Don't need that recipe. Okay, when it starts cooking, I'll be back and fill you in. Oh, I was going to show you. I've got all my jars, my little jelly jars, all sterilized in boiling hot water and covered. Now, I saw on YouTube that a lot of people heat their oven up and keep them in there, but I'm not going to do that. Never have, so I'm not going to start now. You see, I've got my strawberries are cooking. They're beginning to boil, and I'm using this metal spatula to cut them up into small pieces. I like my strawberry jam to have some texture in it. Alright, so that process will go on, and then I will add the pectin, and I'll be back when I do that. I have my pectin in, my butter in, my lemon juice in, and my sugar. So all it's got to do now is to come to a boil that I cannot stir down. And then once it gets to that point, it needs to cook another minute and a half. That's the dangerous part. I need a bigger pot, but this pot holds it okay and it's easy to handle. But the syrup of those strawberries is so close to the top that it will pop up and get you. So my solution is I put on this glove to help protect. So that's the last cooking process. As soon as that's done, I will commence to put it in the jar and seal them up. GoPro, turn off. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, I'm in the process, filling up jars. I add it to my spout jar here. Then it's easy to pour into the jars. Trying to keep from making a mess, and it's hard to do. All right, now into the jars. I think I'm going to have more than I actually need here. I've only got one jar left here. I'm going to have to do something. Because I've got enough, I'm pretty sure, for 2 more jars. I know I've got some jars somewhere. Looking for my towel. But before I do that, I've got to wet a paper towel, clean off all these rims. Then I will go see if I can find maybe a pint jar. Finish filling this one up. What I might do, yeah, I'm gonna okay, now for my lids. which have all been sterilized. Now some people put them in a hot water bath after this, but I've never done that, and I've never had a problem. Well, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's right, I didn't have enough for all of those. I will come back and tighten these up later. But I've got to decide what I'm going to do with all that other. I'll come back when I figure out my dilemma, because I've still got some over there and I've got to have lids for those, and I thought I had enough. Okay, there they are. 3, 5, 10, 11, and 1 pint. I did have some other pint jars in the closet, and this one's a pint, and that just barely, I could have used another tablespoonful of fruit, but that'll do for now. So I've turned them all over. Now to see if they're going to gel. So stay tuned, I'll let you know about that in the morning.